Good morning, everyone. Today I want to share with you a very interesting story, which is about being called a jack of all trade and master of none by an associate dentist, by the way. So, first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I own my dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Hervey Bay in Queensland. You can check my details below as well for credibility. So it's a very interesting story, and I have nothing against this associate. We actually had a very good relationship. We worked together for many years, maybe 3 to 4 years or something like that. But it's a very interesting story in how can you, or you need to click down more and try to get as much information as possible, especially if you want to have a good relationship working with your associate dentist. So let's get to the story. It's a very interesting story. It's unfiltered, by the way, so I haven't written down anything. I'll just bring the story out of my head out loud. So one of my main things that I practice in my own practice since probably early on in my career is orthodontics. So I do a lot of orthodontics in my practice. I still refer, of course, to specialists, orthodontists, especially the case that I find will be difficult for me to manage. I believe specialists should really, you should have a good relationship with the orthodontist in your area, and as a specialist with their experience, they shouldn't be intimidated by your skill, about your orthodontic skill as a general practitioner, because there are cases that you will not be able to manage and finish properly as a general dentist, to be honest. So anyway, let's jump to the story. So this particular associate, the system we had in the practice is if there is any like orthodontic cases, ideally if they can refer the case to me, I can assess the case, and then if something within my abilities, I will do it in the practice. If something that I believe is complex, I will refer to the specialist. And even for simple cases, in my consent forms, even when I communicate with patients, I make it clear that I'm a general dentist, I'm not a specialist orthodontist. If you want to see a specialist, I will refer you to a specialist. I have no problem with that at all. The choice is yours. I think I can do this case. I believe I can do it. I will do it for you if you like me. If you don't, I will send you a specialist. No problem at all. So that's a standard process. But there is one particular associate that probably all her patients were referred out to an orthodontist, which again, I don't have a problem with that as such. It was a bit surprisingly compared to a lot of other associates in my practice, and I had more than one associate. And then I thought, look, it doesn't make sense. I have an associate working with me and they don't want to even get my opinion on the case. So just a bit of background. I had maybe back then probably close to 15 years of experience in dentistry. This associate had 30 years of experience, so probably double the experience that I had in dentistry as a general dentist, but they only performed general dentistry only. So I confronted the associate, let's talk about that. Like, is there a reason why you don't want me to assess the cases? You don't think my skills are adequate? I want to learn from you more. How can we serve those patients differently? How can we serve them better? We still give them options to see a specialist, but is there a reason why you're not referring the case to me to assess at least and give them the option and check? And the reply from the associate was, well, I prefer for my patients to see a specialist, orthodontist. I just find they will get the best care there. I was like, look, I don't disagree with you, but assume like a simple case, I believe I can deliver very similar care as the specialist. Probably you can keep the patient in the same practice. And back then we didn't have a full-time specialist. We still don't in the area, so they all visit like 1 day a week or 1 day a month. So I believe I can give them a good experience. I can believe we can be around all week to look after them with emergencies. So I still believe that you're saying that they will get a better treatment for a simple case. I don't see it. So can you tell me more? Like, is there other reasons why you don't want me to assess? Do you think I don't provide good care for my patients? Do you have any problem with me? Because if you're working with me and you have problem with me, we need to be open about it. It's very, very important. And the interesting thing that she said, I come from the time where we believe, like, as a general dentist doing this stuff, it's kind of like a jack of all trade, a master of none. It's like, okay, hold on, let's pause down a little bit, or let's slow down. If you think I'm a jack of all trade and master of none, that's a problem, and we need to talk about this more. So please, we have to really have a discussion. So tell me more. When you refer a case to me, how does this make you feel? Forget about me, forget about my skills, because I believe I'm not a master of none. I do more than one thing, but I think I know where my limits are, and I know when to refer. So let's slow down a little bit. Tell me more. If you refer a case to me to assess and perform, how does this make you feel about yourself and about your dentistry? And the reply was shocking. And the end of the discussion, the associate simply said, you know what? It's all about my ego, to be honest. When I refer to you and you're much younger than me and you do all those cases, I feel like something wrong with my dentistry. Like I should have done more. It's like, look, I'm really happy you're honest with me about that. That's really a good thing that you're honest with me about it. And we had a really nice discussion. At the end, we came out of it, with a win-win situation where, if you want to learn a new skill, it's not too late. You can always learn. But if you don't want to learn a new skill and you're happy where you are, it's okay as well. But you referring to me makes you feel inadequate. We need to get over that. Because if you're going to work together, we can have this kind of relationship. If you trust me with your patients enough, and I'm in the same clinic with you, and I'm the owner of the clinic as well, you need to get this ego thing out of the way, because it will be very hard to work together. And I think the discussion was really positive at the end. They end up referring case to me, and we had a really good professional relationship for a while after that. But it was very interesting how sometimes if you don't click down, you can get into clashes very early. Sometimes you need to click down and understand the origin of the thought or the origin of the behavior. And then once they open up to you, then you can understand them more. And sometimes the end result will be beneficial for everyone, and you have a much better relationship. So if you find the information helpful, please make sure you like and share it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified with more videos. Thanks so much for listening. It means a lot to me.